Hey folks, so my wife just had a C-section about 2 weeks ago and a day, and of course she overdid it last week and has been hobbling around ever since. So today we had our son's 2-week appointment and she could barely get around. She had to take multiple breaks, not only here but at the doctor's office, just to rest because it's really hard for her to walk. So I made her this walker so that she could get around. Just kidding. So instead of buying a walker, something she's only going to use for a couple of weeks, I'm going to turn this bar stool and parts from that dolly into a makeshift walker that she can just use to support herself, so she can get around the house better and is not putting so much strain on her abdominal muscles, because currently that's what's hurting, is her stomach area, just below where her C-section incision is. So want to make it easier for her to get around, and she's not using that so much, so they have time to heal. So that's the project for today. And I also just want to use this. I'm going to cut it down some so that we can reuse both the bar stool and the wheels afterwards. I am going to have to cut the legs off the bar stool some to get it to be the right height for her, but it'll just be a shorter bar stool. It's a pretty tall bar stool as it is. It's like bar height bar stool. So I got this bar stool at Walmart years ago. And you know, the stuff there is pretty cheap. I think I paid less than 20 bucks for it. So it's not like we're going to be out of pocket too much. Plus it'll just be a shorter bar stool when we're done with it. And she doesn't need it for a walker. So hang out with us so you can see what I do to make this bar stool into a walker for my wife. Okay folks, so we have a stuck nut right there. All the other ones came off pretty easily, pretty quick. So no problem getting the casters off. But we have a stuck nut there. So I used to work in a bike shop for quite a long time, going through college and stuff, even outside of college. And we used to get stuck nuts all the time. What I'm going to use is, to get that unstuck, is a hacksaw. So what I do is I'm going to take this hacksaw and cut the bolt part of it. Just cut a slit right down the middle. So what's happening is that nut is spinning, and it's spinning the bolt with it. So then, hopefully this will work. Check the screwdriver. I've got another one right here. So let's see if that's deep enough. All right, so that'll get a little bite on there, just enough to get a wrench on it. And hopefully, oh, maybe not. Might have to drill that or cut that a little deeper there. So let's see. Where is my cut? Oh, let's just cut it. So we'll just cut it a little bit deeper. A little bit deeper there. Let's see if this bigger one will get in that groove. No, still won't fit in there. It's a pretty thick flat tip screwdriver there. Alright, so that is holding that. Man, that dude is tight on there, huh? Alright, so it's just... So that's not going to work. So what I'm going to have to do is... Well, actually... I don't really need to pull the whole thing apart. Let's get it back to where it was so I can cut at it, and we'll just cut straight through that nut and bolt at the same time. Let's see if we can get it a little better aligned there. And cutting straight through the nut is basically going to split it in half. Tell you what, hold on, let me get something to help with this. Alright, since I'm going to be wrenching on this thing pretty good, and I don't have the most stable table, I'll do these down a little bit. Alright, we're starting to cut into the base plate for that. So now, let's grab a pair of channel locks. Let's turn that to where we can really get on it. That way. There we go. Break it right off. It's pretty hot. So you can see I just cut the nut in half and I popped it off and cut this in half. We don't really even use this for a furniture dolly anymore. It's more for nothing really. We don't really use it for anything, which is why I was going to sacrifice it for the walker build. So that's how you can get a nut unstuck. Typically cutting that slit would have worked, but this metal is so soft and these things, it was literally just tearing the metal up from the screwdriver. So better luck next time with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay folks, almost done. I just got a couple more screws to get in there. Alright. And we'll flip this dude over. And not too bad. So it rolls around, as you can see. She's basically just going to, let me see if I can get the camera this way. I'll zoom out a little bit here. Right there. So she'll basically just be leaning on it like this and walking. She can lean on it both ways, going through narrower doors, and just enough to spin around to where she can get to everything. So hopefully it'll help her out. We'll see how she likes it.